And we now welcome Allison Victoria-Wolfe. Welcome, Allison.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing great. It's been a while.
I listened to our last podcast. I think it's been over a year. So I'm so excited you guys had me back. Thank you so much.
Anytime. We love having you on.
And we are excited to have you, me more so than Kelly, because I'm a better person than he is.
It's a competition. I accept all bribes.
Oh, okay. See how this goes.
I'm here to make podcasting great again.
Ooh, I like that.
Okay. We're going to start off with the first question. I guess, first of all, Allison, is there anything you'd like to promote or let folks know about or any of that?
Yeah. So I have been so busy since I'm going to turn this on. Sorry, my computer hates me today. So I've been really, really busy since we last talked. I've done a couple movies. I've done some features. I'm in production. We're doing one in 13 days and back in Lancaster, California. So I'm really excited about that. And I got to be on Let's Make a Deal, which was really exciting. I know. So I was one of the at-homies. And so unfortunately, they didn't pick me the first time, but maybe I'll be appearing again. Wink, 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 wink. So yeah, I'm just really excited. And what's amazing is also Instagram was so fantastic. They gave me pretty much my own clothing line. So it's called Moma Bears We Vicious. And you can shop it on my Instagram at Allison _Vic. Yeah, so that's what's been going on for me.
We will include in the description links to that and maybe captions and all kinds of good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
You bet. I'm a doctor.
And I am the president.
I have to ask, from our last podcast, did prescriptions come to the house? I don't know if I have heard.
No, but I do have a human sample here.
No. Maybe you should mention that.
So, this is Steve.
What is Steve?
That's a piece of chest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, you know how you have those friends who send you emails like, hey, I have a human body. Do you want a piece of it?
Yeah.
We all have that.
We all have friends like that, Mike.
Yeah. We all know that guy. So he contacted me and he was like, hey, I've got some long pig. If you don't know, long pig is the term for human meat. So he's like, I got some long pig. Do you want some? And I was like, yeah, of course. And then I thought, I'm a stand-up kind of guy. I better ask some questions. So I was like, where did this come from? And he's like, it was donated. And I was like, yeah, it's good enough for me.
I mean, I think that's all the questions you need answered.
Yeah, that's what plausible deniability is. I named him Steve.
You named him Steve? Oh,
yeah. You sent him in this little case.
That is crazy. Oh, that's so cool.
And Steve lives on my desk here now.
Well, not really lives.
Well,
metaphorically.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the nipples or belly button. He's keeping those, which, again, that makes sense. If you got a human torso, you'd keep the nipples and belly button.
Honestly, I don't know if I would. I think the belly button could go. I think we'd be okay with losing it. Personally speaking.
Kelly?
I'm like the most normal person on this show right now. So
what
let me tell you something. All right, Allison, we'll start off with, and you can give multiples if you like.
Okay.
What is your favorite scary movie and why?
Okay, so as you guys know, horror, I can't even say it right. Horror is my absolute favorite genre. So, I mean, it was really, really, really hard to narrow it down. But I narrowed it down to 3. And they're kind of in different categories. So I think it'll work that way. Okay, the first is classics. Okay, I absolutely loved the remake of It. It chapter 1 and chapter 2, because I mean, as a Stephen King fan, you guys, like, I did a Stephen King book report in 6th grade for Salem's Lot. Like, who would let their 6th grade? I know. I actually have the video and I want to send it to you. So remind me to send it to you because it was a video book report.
Oh, nice. Yes, please do.
Grade me, you're just gonna love it. But anyway, so I would say,
Can we use a clip of that in here?
oh my god, can we? That would be awesome. I will send you the link. It is so awkward, and it's like, I don't know how I got an A. You guys, I got an A on this.
My third book was supposed to be about the Marston house and how it's recurrence of evil. That's a big word for me. And it's something about my childhood. It's okay. It's okay. No, I must tell it. I must tell it.
But I would say, obviously, Stephen King, It chapter 1 and 2. I mean, you cannot beat the new Pennywise. Like, he was phenomenal. I think the casting was amazing. Like, the younger to the older versions. It's one of those movies that it's terrifying, but it's terrifying because it's, you know, you really see people that remind you of themselves. Like, they remind you of your friends. And I think that was terrifying to me. I've loved it. I've watched it so many times. I can quote it. It chapter 1 and 2 definitely go down as some of my favorite horror movies. What do you guys think?
I think it's a good choice. I think it's an excellent choice. You a big fan of those, Mike?
So I did enjoy them. Having grown up on the miniseries, though, nothing can replace Tim Curry in my heart, but I did really enjoy them.
I mean, I'll give you Tim Curry. I mean, Tim Curry is phenomenal in anything he does, so I'll give you that. But you got to give it to Skarsgård. Like, that is terrifying. Okay, so I have a second one. So this one I wanted to go a little bit independent. It's called Char Man. Have you guys seen it?
I have not.
No.
My computer. Okay, so Char Man. So my family is actually from California, and my mom is from Ojai. And in Ojai, it's kind of like a mockumentary, if you will. So in Ojai, there's two legends. One is of the Ojai vampire, and one is of Char Man. And it's like the Ojai vampire. It's really funny. He's like buried under the tennis court. And Char Man is someone who haunts this particular bridge. And so I wrote down the directors because you guys, you'll have to check them out. They're amazing. Kurt, Ella, and Kip Trimble. I actually talked to him a lot on Instagram. They're so sweet. So they made this kind of like fake documentary about the Ojai vampire, and it turned into Char Man. And it's so good. My mom, who hates horror movies, like, she cannot stand them, watches it with me every Christmas. It's kind of like our Christmas. I know, it's weird. It's like our Christmas tradition, but it's really, really good. Char Man. You learn a little about California. It's scary, and because it is so realistic. Like, the casting is phenomenal. Like, you really get sucked into the story. So Char Man is definitely my number 2. Okay, and then I have one more. I couldn't choose. I couldn't choose. Oh, I know. I'm not. Okay. And so my third one is Lake Mungo. And I know I think I've talked to you guys about it before. Lake Mungo is a Australian horror movie. It's also another fake documentary. It actually came out before Paranormal Activity. So I saw it like before that whole thing. So I saw it at South by Southwest, and all they said was, "Hey, there's this documentary from Australia. It's too personal right now. We can't talk about it, afterwards. Like, because like the filmmakers will talk about it. Like, we can't talk about it. It's too soon. But here's this. Enjoy." And they walked off. And it's about ghosts, and it's about this girl who's, I think she's like 16 years old, and she dies in Lake Mungo. And it's going to come back. And she dies in Lake Mungo, and it's kind of her family dealing with the death, and it's paranormal. But seeing it and realizing that it could be real was terrifying. And I just remember going back to my hotel, like, because there was no credits afterwards, nothing online about it. I mean, so as far as we knew, it was real, and it terrified me. So Lake Mungo, see it. It's so good.
Definitely. Do you know what platform it's on at all, or do we just have to hunt it down?
It would be like, it was like early maybe it was 2010. It was like around there. I think you can rent it on any of the major like Netflix and stuff, but it's really good. Like you should be able to see it. It's so good. And just the sound design was amazing.
Well, I need to cleanse my palate by renting movies because the last movie I rented was Troll 2. So I need to get something better. So
Oh, two? Really?
yeah, Mike made me. So
But yeah, I mean, I would say those are my three favorite horror movies.
That's definitely a great choice. I love Lake Mungo.
Okay, you've seen it.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so imagine being in that theater and them saying it's just too personal, we can't talk about it, and then them leaving. And it was like, I'm sorry, what? Because this was before Paranormal, the original came out. And so, I mean, the only thing we had seen that was fake was Blair Witch at this point. And it had been some time since that. So it was terrifying. Did you like it?
I did. I really enjoyed it.
Were you fooled? I have to ask, were you fooled?
No, because it was so I saw it as part of the After Dark Horror Fest. That's what it was released under, that banner.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I knew that it was a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. It's fun.
I still really enjoyed it though.
Oh, I'm so good. Now, Kelly, you have to watch it.
oh, absolutely. I'm going to.
Yeah, Kelly.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm saying that as
busy
the
doing
true
doctor
president.
stuff. I got all this doctor stuff to do.
I'm so excited you're dressed as Dr. Mike. Like, that makes me so happy.
This is what a realtor-based medical degree gets you, folks. Right here.
I'm a real doctor, sir.
I am you. So, Mr. President, do you have a question for our guest?
That I do. So, if you were to make a horror movie, and obviously, you are involved in the film industry, if you were to make a horror movie, what would the monster or the villain of this piece be?
Okay, so I really thought about this because I mean, you could go so many different ways. I think with horror movies now, it's so easy to gross people out. Like, it's like everyone gets grossed out. Like, shock value is kind of gone. So I would want to go like the exact opposite. So I actually would make it. It wouldn't be the villain. Wouldn't be a person. It would be an action. So it would be the doorbell ringing or a knock at the door. And I know, like M. Night Shyamalan. How do you say his name? Shyamalan.
Ding dong, I think.
Yeah, that guy is making. There was a book called The Knock at the Cabin, and it pretty much starts with like a knock at a cabin door. And so to me, not knowing who was on the other side of that door, who was, ringing the doorbell is terrifying. So I would make the villain that action. And it's like anytime something, it would be like another knock at the door or another doorbell. I mean, like that to me is scary enough,
Yeah, and so let me offer a little twist to that. You could have it be a Zoom meeting, and I know what frightens me is when it says official pagan has joined the room.
Well, I mean, his picture did take a while to pop up, so maybe he was trying to scare us. I don't know.
Kelly's about to make his film debut.
Oh boy.
He just didn't know it yet. Oh wait, what was that? I'm just kidding. No, I think that would be scary. It's like, I mean, heck, like in the theaters right now, Smile. Like they're making a Smile a villain. So I mean, I think it's time to kind of take back like the grossness of horror and just make it really simple. And I think that's the scariest thing of all.
Now I have a second part to that question that kind of ties into it that Kelly definitely approved of before we did this.
Okay.
So as I mentioned, Kelly's making his film debut soon. Do you have any acting advice to give him?
Okay, wait. I want details on this. I thought that was a joke. Are you really?
I don't know, Mike.
He is. We can't say too much on here, but he is.
Okay, so I would say, if it's a horror movie, I say actually be scared. I mean, because people can tell when you're fake scared. So I mean, think about what really scares you the most. Like I'm terrified of like Humpty Dumpty, freaks me out. and Raggedy Ann dolls. So if I was doing a scene where I needed to be scared, I would either have that object in there or just keep thinking about it. So Kelly, I definitely like think about what scares you most and how you can incorporate it into that scene. And yeah, go for it. I'm excited. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I got something in mind. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it.
Okay. Like,
Now-
is it
Now the big part, and due to supply chain difficulties, the winner of last Halloween's contest hasn't got their prizes yet, but we're going to get a lot better
Okay.
this time. So there will be prizes, plus there's a little bit of ballot stuffing. But anyway,
Is that a euphemism, Kelly?
it's not. I'm just being pensive as I talk. I'm not holding my beard in place. I'm just thinking.
As the
If,
president, I don't have a beard, but if I did, I wouldn't have to hold it in place. You'd look at me and say, that's the greatest beard ever. He'd never have to hold that in place.
Yeah, sure. His beard's as real as my doctor's certificate. Anyway, Allison, we are going to offer a prize. Yet to be determined for the best costume on our Halloween special. This is your opportunity to make your case for yours.
Okay. As you guys know, I am not competitive at all. That's a lie. You know I am. Okay. But what I did for my costume, I'm going to step back so you can see the whole thing. Okay. So I went Stranger Things because what I think is, I think it's going to be the Halloween costumes of the year. I think everyone is going to go Stranger Things. And I think anything relating to the 80s, you guys, like my birthday's coming up and I'm an 80s baby. So I just wanted to kind of celebrate that. Halloween is one of my, I really hate this thing. Oh, yeah. So Halloween is one of my favorites. And so I think just kind of celebrating being an 80s baby and doing Stranger Things is the best. Also, I went as a dead one because Vecna, I could not think of a song in time. You know me, like I always choose multiple options. So Vecna got me because I just couldn't choose a song. So that's why I should win. I also am so nice and I love coming on the show. So please vote for me.
These are very true. Excellent. Cool. Excellent. I think you made a tremendous case there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. I mean, ever since we started talking, I think it's 12 years now. Like we have known each other for 12 years, which is crazy to me.
Yes, we met during Sand Sharks on Sci-Fi.
Oh, Swamp Shark.
Swamp Shark. Oh, I've been calling it Sand Shark.
Kelly, come on.
Yes, because you were girl on raft.
Girl on boat. What more can you? But no, I thank you guys so much. Like I absolutely love your podcast. You guys, everyone, keep staying tuned. I love Kelly. I love Official Pagan. I love Dr. Mike. I mean, you guys are the best, and I will come back for years to come. You guys are stuck with me. So
Cool. Thanks again.
Thank you guys. Vote for me.
Oh, me?
Well, you're gonna put your costume on. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Hold on one second. Let me put my costume on. I put a lot of thought into this one.
I don't think you did.
Hold on one more second. Let me get it on. Here we go. Tell me when I look like. Who's this?
Go up just maybe 2 touches.
No,
There you go. There you go.
Nah, it's more like this. He used to be like this.
There you go. This is
Who's this?
welcome to 3 mics.
Isn't this a great costume?
Scary.
I even float around in the background like him. It's like I'm trying to dodge people from inviting them to stuff.
Okay. Not Dr. Mike. Do you have a question for Gerald? First of all, folks, welcome Gerald Webb to the Halloween Spectacular. He's not Mike. I know you think he's Mike, but he's not. It's actually Gerald Webb.
It's the best costume ever.
Thank you for coming on the show, sir. I'm happy that we invited you to this. You accepted.
Oh, I got. Wait, no, let's be clear. Kelly invited me to this.
Well, Kelly was supposed to invite you to something else. Kelly, did you forget to invite him?
Kelly invited me to this. He didn't forget his part.
That's right.
Somebody else was supposed to invite me to something else, and they clearly forgot.
Because this weekend I was like, Kelly, where's Gerald? And he was like, oh, he said he's not coming. I invited him.
Remind me, Gerald, your hometown, Gerald, is where?
In southern New Jersey. But see, Michael, that's why I won't sign with your record label, because you'll be telling me that about my residual checks, that they got lost in the mail. There'll be every excuse why I don't get them.
Oh, wait, you're in New Jersey now?
Well, that's where I'm from.
Is that where you're currently located?
No, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky on a film right now, but I'm off on weekends. And I will always take a trip home.
Well, I apologize that Kelly didn't get your invite to you, sir.
Mm-hmm. No, Kelly got me my invite. That's why I'm here.
I like how this show's going.
Kelly would. Well, today we're here to talk about, of course, the greatest holiday, Halloween. You guys can't see me because my room has gotten so dark now that I am completely not visible to the human eye.
Yeah, and Halloween is kind of close second to wedding days, ain't it?
Kelly, wait a second. Kelly, what are you drinking?
Dr. Juice. Makes me a better doctor.
Kelly has this strange thing where he doesn't think I'm a real doctor.
I mean, I have to doubt everything now. I thought we were friends. And Kelly has more insight than me, so I'd have to defer to him.
I totally like how the show's going.
Well, it is Halloween. It is the greatest holiday.
I bet your belt doesn't have any rust on it either.
It's all a lie.
It's shiny, stainless steel, gold buckle.
Completely rust free.
Yes. You probably polish it every night like you're in the service.
I don't think I would have made it far in the service. But sir, you have done a lot of horror movies.
Yes, I have.
You have, and you did a lot of stuff with Sci-Fi Channel, which of course is how we initially were introduced to each other through Snark Alec Radio, which will be celebrating its 10th anniversary next year.
That I will give a big applause to.
So Kelly and I are excited about that. Who knows what festivities might be in store in the future for that. But you've already done a lot of horror stuff. Is there any more horror coming in your future? And what could we expect from that? Like, if you were to make another horror movie, what do you want to do? Something where you're at least producing, if not directing.
All right. So I would make a horror movie. I mean, it's kind of hard to top A House Is Not a Home. It was, first Black family and like a serious horror movie in like 30 years when we came out with it. But if I were going to do another one, I would make a horror movie where everything the audience thought was the instinct of the people in the show. So if they were like in a haunted house, they were like, let's get out. And they would all get out. But every time they did what they think was the right thing to do, it would get worse. So now the horror is not only are they being chased by whatever the monster or the people are that are trying to kill them. Now the horror is also every time they think to try and save themselves, now they're second guessing their own decisions. And they get to the point where they're making decisions so bad that they're almost killing themselves.
Interesting. Very interesting. Now, I assume at the very least you'd be producing this, if not directing this. Is that something you'd want to star in as well? Do you see yourself doing another starring role like House Is Not a Home?
I mean, I might, but I never want to direct and star at the same time. Like that.
Really?
I think that's a really hard thing to do. I think it takes a pretty big, a lot of preparation, which I can do, but I think it also takes an ego bigger than I desire to have to say I'm going to star and direct in the same movie.
Well, I mean, I think all of the stuff, and I mean all of us collectively, like all the things we do, whether it's podcasts or you with film stuff, me with music stuff, I think all of it kind of takes an ego to a certain degree because you have to think that what you're doing is important enough to put it out to the world for other people's entertainment.
Yeah, like you know, when you do important things like get married, you should really just put it out there for people to know about it, so they can celebrate it with you. Yeah, so I would agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
That's a good, just general example, Gerald. Appreciate that one.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Now, and it may be House is Not a Home, but if you had to pick your all-time favorite scary movie, what would it be and why?
I have two for different reasons, and I don't know if the second one really counts, but it should. So the first one, and they're both classics. The first one is the original Nightmare on Elm Street, because think back when you were a kid, you would be scared there was a monster in the closet or a ghost or whatever could get you, right? You go to bed, you go to your own room. So you'd hit the light switch and you'd rush over to your bed thinking you could beat the light going out because they can't get you when the lights are on. And you get under the covers, and when you're under the covers, you're safe under the covers, right? As long as you don't let your toes stick out, you're safe under the covers. Freddy Krueger changed all of that because you couldn't go to sleep. See, when you were asleep, you were safe. So that's when it got scary, because it was like, as a little kid, it was like, yo, I can just get under the covers, I'll be safe. But if I fall asleep, no. So I just thought that was super scary, because you know, the idea of being like super tired and fighting off sleep. And then if you fall asleep, now when you're tired, you're fighting for your life. That's super duper scary. So that would be the first one. And it's kind of a tie. The second one would be Final Destination. And it would be because of the inevitability of death coming after all those people that cheated death, and the savage, I mean, completely savage way in which death took them out one by one by one. To this day, if I'm riding on the highway and I see a truck full of logs, I'm getting off the highway. Like, I'm getting off the highway. I don't want no parts of being on that road. I'll be 5 hours late. So yeah, those would be my two. It's kind of hard to pick between the two because the reasons are so different.
Final Destination is definitely an interesting choice, because I feel like that's a movie, when it came out, a lot of people liked it, but I never hear people refer to it like it's a horror classic. But it definitely is. And I mean, it spawned such a big franchise. It's such a cool concept. Anything with Tony Todd is great.
And I mean, and I think it reset the bar on like horror film deaths. Like, people look at the Saw deaths. I think all that harkens back to Final Destination. The deaths in that movie and how intricate they were and how grand scale they were, I think kind of was a little bit of a game changer that we've seen other franchises borrow from in lots of ways.
Oh, definitely. Now, obviously, you know, you don't want to be behind the truck when the logs come out, kind of thing. But are you one of those people who, if you had to contemplate your own end, are you somebody who's like, oh, I want to die in my sleep peacefully, or do you want to, you know, go out blaze of glory?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll go out in a blaze of glory saving a bunch of people. How's that?
See, that's way more noble than me. I just naked and screaming the same way I came in.
All right, what about you, Kelly?
Nice addition, Mike. I like the would you like to die? I think that's a great question to be rolling out to our guests. So props to you on that. I would take I'll go in my sleep. I'm good with that. After a really good meal. But I'm fine with going out slow. If it's quick, okay, but no, I'm gonna go with going in my sleep.
Okay.
Very interesting. So,
In pajamas. I'm not gonna be naked screaming.
in pajamas?
You're welcome, world.
Yeah, he's gonna be in a pair of Orlando Bloom's pajamas.
They're Pirates of the Caribbean pajamas, not Orlando. Totally different.
Would you be the big spoon or little spoon, Kelly?
No cutlery questions are answered on the show.
So Gerald, what else do you have going on right now? I know you have a lot of stuff coming out that you're producing. You're on a set right now, isn't that correct?
Yeah, I've been on back-to-back movies. I just came from Tulsa, Oklahoma for about 5 weeks, and now I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. The only thing that I can talk about right now is I have a film that I produced with a company called Candy Rock Entertainment that is one of the main partners there is Candace Cameron Bure. It's called A Christmas Present. It'll be coming on the Great America Family Channel on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So if any of you are married and have wives and you want to make them happy, they like Christmas movies. This one is a Christmas movie that's coming on right after Thanksgiving. So I want to invite both of you and any of your audience to enjoy the movie. And it stars Candace, by the way.
Very nice. Now, are you in that as well, or just a producer on that one?
No, I just produced on that.
Excellent. Well, Kelly, you're a big
guy
Christmas
you are,
movie
Gerald.
guy.
Those nice invitations. I appreciate that.
Yes, of course. I always think about inviting my friends to big things.
Now, you're a big Christmas movie guy, Kelly. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Bad Santa.
I didn't say tell us a part of your life. What movie do you like?
No, I'm gonna stick with Bad Santa.
Okay.
Mike.
For me, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I got to go with the best Christmas movie ever to ever be made, Die Hard. And yes, it's a Christmas movie.
It is 100% a Christmas movie.
Totally agree. Excellent. Well, we may do a Christmas or a holiday special towards the end of the year, and if we do that, I will be sure, Gerald, to extend an invite to you, and so we see you again soon.
Kelly, I know I can count on you.
Well, we do have one more question, Kelly.
We do.
We do. There's one more question. So
you have a follow-up to how do you want to die?
There is.
Awesome.
So we're asking the guest right now, Gerald, of course, you have a lot of acting experience. Kelly is going to make his scripted acting debut soon. Is there any one piece of advice that you would give to him?
Wait a minute. First off, what are you making your scripted acting debut in?
This is very unclear to me. Maybe Mike can. I don't know. He's asking this question. I don't get it. So
he knows. We can't go into too many details here, but he'll be making his scripted acting debut soon. And is there any advice that you would offer him as a seasoned thespian?
Yes. Number one, don't wear a fake beard. It just doesn't work for you.
Not a good look.
Number one.
It's not a real beard on most people's not a good look.
Yeah, number one.
This kind of beard.
Number two, we have to channel the real things that happen in our lives and kind of substitute what's happening when we're on set for what really affects us so that we can show real emotion on camera. So my suggestion to you is to really focus on how long and how deep and how frustrated you've been with your inability to find a way to get Orlando Bloom to return your many times that you've reached out to him, and use that frustration, use that desire, use all of that and substitute it for whatever you're going to be doing in that scene when you're on camera.
So the nice part is, while maybe my acting debut, it's not my editor debut because I edit all these videos. And so I'm going to keep the good parts of this one. We may not have the section, but we did actually have one other. You get a chance before we wrap it up to make your case why there's fabulous prizes for the best costume in our Halloween special. Your costume is Mike. Make your case why you need to be the winner of best costume.
Well, first off, I need to be the winner of best costume because this is exactly Mike. For years, I thought Mike looked like this. I didn't think I thought he was had some disorder where light hit him. The light dissipated. So, for me to come up with this on the road while I'm working when I'm dealing with the emotional rejection of a dear friend not inviting me to their wedding, for me to come up with this and make it so personal to Michael and you as the hosts, I think I should get the best costume for this year. The only way it could be better is if I just didn't bother to show up and just put my name up on the screen. If I just, put my name up on the screen and acted like I was here.
And now we welcome our final guest on our Halloween spectacular, Anna. Welcome, Anna.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's always a little bit of a concern when Kelly says he's bringing somebody on. Kelly has, a reputation. He hangs out with some unsavory people.
Oh, so I guess I'm one of them.
At times he'd have to be concerned.
Yeah.
But there's no Kelly here today. There's only Mike and not Dr. Mike. So
as the hat says, fraud.
So Mike, do you want me to drop a GIF or something or an image over your head for this segment?
Yes, unfortunately I did not have time to get a costume together. I am on my honeymoon this week. So I have been in and out of the house, so there was not time for that. But Kelly is special to me and I couldn't miss this.
That's so nice. Loyalty right there.
There you go.
Kelly and I are coming up on our 10-year anniversary next year.
Yep, we've been doing this. Yeah, we've been doing this nonsense for 10 years in different forms and all that. So, crazy times. But on to Halloween. So we'll start off a little bit with Anna. What is your favorite scary movie of all time and why?
Yeah, it took a while to think about this one. I have to be honest with both of you. I hate scary movies because I'm a chicken and they actually frighten me to the point that I cannot sleep. But my favorite of all time is the movie Mirrors, if you've seen that.
Yes.
Yes. The reason why, honestly, it really intrigued me the entire time I was watching it in the movie theater. I went with a group of girlfriends and I could not stop watching it. Normally, every scary movie, I have to cover my eyes or I'm hiding in a pillow. And that's the only one I watched all the way through. But then I could not look in the mirror for 2 weeks after. So definitely scary.
Excellent. So Mike is our resident expert on horror movies. So if you were to recommend one to Anna that would just put her away in terms of just high octane, it's all over, where would you steer her?
Probably Showgirls.
Yeah, that's true. That'll leave.
Yeah, I'll look up that one. I'll have to watch it this Halloween. Yeah, Am I gonna need to cover my eyes? What is it about?
No. So let's think. What would be a good scary movie to recommend to somebody?
Showgirls is remarkably horribly bad movie. So it'd be scary because it's so bad. But
I would say It Follows.
It Follows.
That's the one that I would recommend.
If it's anything like the movie It, I don't think I can watch it.
No, I would say better.
Okay. I'll put it on my list. We'll see if I get through it, Mike.
Kelly, do you have any recommendations?
So you never can go wrong with Evil Dead. Evil Dead 1 or 2. Evil Dead 2 will give you like the kind of lots of moments to hide your eyes and be scared, but there's also some humor in it. So Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead's just straight scares. So depending what you'd want to do, I'd say either of the Evil Deads would be good ones that'll leave a mark. So
Evil Dead. Noted. I'll see if I can get through it and I'll report back.
Excellent.
I do love that beard, Kelly.
Yeah. Dr. Mike, please. Not Dr. Mike, please. But
Kelly, I didn't go to medical school for all these years to just be mocked like that.
Pro tip: if one's looking for a fake beard, do not buy the cheapest one on Amazon.
Is that where you got yours?
That's where I found this fine piece here, and it's a bit of a challenge. But thank you for
It is amazing the things you can buy on Amazon. Did you know that Amazon sells body bags and hospital gowns?
That's freaky.
Those were both recommendations from Amazon
Yeah.
to me. So obviously the algorithm works.
That's right. Well, yeah. So I think that says a lot, because the hospital scrubs get it, and then given you don't have a medical license, the body bags are probably pretty handy too. So, plus
Kelly,
some of
I'm
your
a
other
doctor.
hobbies. It may come from one of your other hobbies, though, but hard to tell.
This is
All
a
right.
doctor's office. The only way you could get one of those is if you're a doctor.
So I know Mike's highly prepared, so I almost feel ashamed asking this question, but are you prepared to ask the second question, Mike, or would you like
Of course I am. Kelly, have I ever come to the table unprepared?
Not today, maybe.
All right. Question 2. If you were to make a horror movie or a scary movie of some sort, what direction would you go with it?
Mike, I think this is going to be a rough answer for you, but I really thought long and hard about this one. I would want to do a scary movie at your doctor's office where I walk in and I think that I'm seeing a doctor. I'm just teasing you. But I think it would be a very funny movie in your doctor's office to, like, maybe not with you, but have someone come in, they think they're actually seeing a doctor, and then boom, it's just like a haunted house. People pop out of the walls. There's a massacre or something crazy like that.
When I first moved in here, we had to get all the locks changed because there's like 100 entrances. So we had to get all the locks changed. The locksmith got lost in some of the offices. So I came and got him because they all look the same, but not now, but when it was empty, it's all just a bunch of white, like 10 by 10 white rooms. So
perfect.
He was walking around, and when I finally came and got him, he's like, "Your house is terrifying."
So it's made for my movie, basically.
So,
it's a perfect location with several doors.
Absolutely. I just need to get Kelly over for a sleepover.
Not
we
gonna
all be
happen.
in the movie together.
Excellent. That's good. I'd buy a ticket to that movie. That sounds really good.
Yeah, right? I think you can make a good movie out of that.
And you're going to save some money because you've already got the set built. It's already ready to go. So
exactly.
Excellent. All right. So this is your big chance. There's fabulous yet to be named prizes. Related to the winner of the best costume of our Halloween Spectacular. Small minor note, last year's winner, where there's still a bit of some discussion on the legitimacy of the win. They've yet to receive their prizes. Supply chain, I'm sure it's all going to work out. But so, don't get your hopes up. It'll be coming soon if you win. But still, winning is important. So if you're going to make your case for why you have the best costume on the Bog Panda Halloween Spectacular, please go ahead and make your case.
I wish I knew what the other members did and how I compare to them, but I'm back from the dead right now. I'm Cleopatra. How could you beat that? Look at my background. I don't think anyone can top that.
You were the only one with a background. I think that's a pretty compelling point.
I really fit the scene here from Egypt. I think that would be my case. It's pretty cool.
Just know that if you do win, we don't play favorites here. So you won. If you win, you won fair and square.
Perfect. I'll hope for the best.
Yeah, something like that. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Awesome to have you. If you don't mind, we'd love to have you on again on a show. We can talk about it offline on what topics or whatever, but we'd love to have you back on if you're able to do it.
I would love to be back. I want to do a podcast myself, so this is great.
Excellent. Good.
Funny topic.
Well, great. Well, thanks again, Anna.
Thank you so much, guys.